Hi, folks. MTGOacademy.com proudly presents this goblin-filled installment of Time. Dozen. My name is Jason Moore, and we are about to play a Popper daily event with this mono red goblins list. I feel like mono red goblins is underrepresented in this format. We have these other proactive, aggressive strategies such as Stompy, but we also have aggro control in the form of Delver and aggro combo in the form of Izzet Fiend. Mono red goblins is a bit more of a fair, dedicated beatdown strategy. We're playing 33 creatures in this list. And I wanted to play a removal heavy version of goblins. So we've actually got, in addition to the 4 lightning bolts, we have 4 copies of Flame Slash, 4 copies of Sparksmith, and a singleton Death Spark, which is sometimes creature removal, but it's also sometimes player removal. Now, the reason I wanted to go heavy on removal is at the time of this daily event, Nivix Cyclops, as I said, Izzet Fiend, and Stompy were 2 of the most popular decks. And also, if you play against Mono Black Control, you are in a situation where removing their creatures is actually stopping them from gaining more life in the future with Gray Merchant. So I wanted to play a lot of removal. Usually I only play 3 Sparksmith main. We're doing the full 4. And I usually only play 3 Flame Slash at the most, but we're playing, again, the full 4. To do that, I've had to cut down on the Mog Raider and Goblin Sledder effects. We're actually playing 3 of each. It's been sort of a given that Goblins lists play 4 of each of these guys. And I'm beginning to question that more and more as I mess around with this deck. The effect is good. It works quite well with Mog War Marshal because you can sack the War Marshal the turn it hits play and not have to worry about paying the echo cost. This makes it basically Dragon Fodder or Krenko's Command that also gives one of your guys +1/+1. So that's pretty cool. But when you draw a Mog Raider and just play it on its own, for instance, turn 1, it's our least impressive turn 1 play. And it just doesn't hold its weight as a creature by itself. So I'm not sure why we would want to max out and play as many copies as possible, when if you run 6 copies, you're most of the games I'm playing at least 1 or 2 of these guys already. I don't know how many of these you really want to see in a game that makes you run 8. So I'm trying it without 8. I could be wrong, but so far it's felt pretty good. Everything else is pretty familiar. The best 1-drop plays we have are Foundry Street Denizen, who can attack for 3 on turn 2. We have Goblin Cohort and Mog Conscripts, which both attack for 2. They're this same text, just different versions of the same card, I would say. And the Denizen in particular works really well with Mog War Marshal and with Bushwhacker and stuff like that. You're just piling on creatures at once. You're just going to continually add to the Denizen's attack power. However, it trades with everything, so that is not so great. And then I'm running 3 Goblin Matron, and I really like Goblin Matron because it provides extra copies of Bushwhacker, which is our key card. This is our best card in the deck, I would say, our best creature at least. I'm not running Tarfire anymore. I was at one point. I just don't see myself in many positions where finding Shock is that useful, but I might go back to it later. We'll have to see. Also, like I said, the expected competition. I don't necessarily want to spend 4 mana to tutor up a Shock and use it. I think I'd rather just have a Sparksmith in play or a Flame Slash in hand. But she can also get some other guys. She can get the Sparksmith. She can get the Sledder when we have a win. through those means, which basically you just attack with all your guys, and when they block only a portion of your guys, you can use the Sledder or the Raider to sack your blocked creatures and make the unblocked creatures even bigger and just force through the damage. So in a sense, it's like they didn't block. You do have to sack your guys, but in those instances, hopefully you're winning the game by doing so. Out of the sideboard, let's go ahead and alphabetize because I'm OCD like that. We have a second copy of Deathspark. I'm not sure if this is completely necessary, but if we face Elves or Delver, I could imagine us wanting to bring this in. 3 Martyr of Ashes for other creature decks like Stompy, Mirror Match, and one of our only answers to hexproof creatures. We'll see how that works out. Ooh, foreshadowing. 4 copies of Pyroblast. So also for Delver, it just gives us 4 more ways to deal with Nivix Cyclops as well, which is pretty sweet. I had an extra slot left in my sideboard, so I decided on 1 Relic of Progenitus. I'm not sure that that's where we want to be. 3 Smash to Smithereens. This can come in against Delver, actually, if you want to stop their Serrated Arrows and Spire Golems, but mainly we're looking to hit Mirror Enforcers with this nice little spell here. And 3 Sylvok Lifestaff for Burn, Mirror Match, and I think that's pretty much it. It's very interesting to have 3 life gain spells in the Goblins deck, but it works out pretty well because we can sacrifice our creatures at any point in time. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy these matches. They're pretty action-packed. It's an emotional roller coaster in this daily event. Give me any feedback that you'd like on the deck, on my gameplay, and on my commentary. Thank you very, very much for tuning in to Time of Dozen. Here we go. Round 1 of this Pauper daily event with Goblins. We're on the draw. Our opponent has kept. We're going to keep as well. We've got 1 drop followed by 1 drop, 1 drop. It looks like we're playing against possibly Mono Black. We're going to throw out this Goblin Cohort. Maybe eat a Disfigure. Maybe eat a Chainer's Edict. Next turn, we'll have to see. Cycles. If he plays a Witch, we are going to burn the heck out of that. It's just a debate whether or not we Flame Slash or Bolt. So, there's definitely a lot of argument we can make for either, because the Bolt goes to the face. The Flame Slash can also hit Grey Merchant. We're probably trying to put him in the ground before Grey Merchant even makes it to the board. The Bolt also is instant speed, so there's that. I think probably our best play is to slash this Witch, play the conscripts, and attack. We have the most power on the board. Using the Bolt here is okay, but by the time our board is developed and we're facing a Grey Merchant, we're probably just using these Sledders and going wide to try and hit his life total anyway. I don't think removing the Merchant really matters there. So I'm going to start with the Flame Slash. Next turn, we may be looking at a Matron if we draw a Mountain. But this could be a Chittering Rat. So that's going to put something on the top here. I think I may Bolt again, because at this point the Bolt is allowing us to hit for 4 and retain our repeatable damage. So I think it's okay. It's a debatable play, but we're really just trying to, every every creature we hit with Bolt is also 2 more life he's not going to gain off of Grey Merchant. So that's also something to think about. A mountain would be sick here. Also a bushwhacker. Those are probably our two best draws at this point. A Mog War Marshal is also not too bad. So he's probably playing a Gaia removal. That's basically what his entire deck is. We have a Mog Raider. So, you know, it's a tricky situation. If he blocks a 2-power guy, I can try and kill his Witch, which is probably our best bet. If he blocks a 1-power guy, I can just sack it over to our unblocked creature. We're just trying to force through damage here. He's just giving us a lot of roadblocks. So we're going to have to draw really well. Okay, so I think I'm just going to sack it for an extra point. And try and overload his witches with targets. Could just slam a merchant here, so he goes back up to 13. And then he can ping us on our turn while blocking. Yeah, this is really rough. But we do have the Raider, which allows us to circumvent some of the blockers. An attack here would be pretty weird. So I don't think it actually mattered if we... Whoa. That seems really weird. I don't see why you'd do that. So we really need a mountain or a creature. I mean, a Flame Slash is alright just to stop some of the bleeding, but he is going to ping now. So he's targeting the Mog Raider. So I will target him. Then I'll sack the Mog Raider to do something useful. Even though it probably does not matter. So a land is actually not terrible here. We are going to suicide our team, but the plan is just to get him with Bushwhacker, I think. So how much? We're doing 5 damage to him this turn. I don't know if Bushwhacker's good enough, but it might be. If we draw another 1-drop, it's really good. So let's try and do it. We're just suiciding. So here I can sack the Sledder to have my guy survive. I can also put 2 guys just to kill his merchant, and then that makes my board almost witch proof. So he only takes... Okay, if we just let all of this resolve right now, we'd actually make him take 4, right? Because we'd sack a conscripts. So he goes to 8. Then I play the Bushwhacker. 2, 4, 6, 9. He still has 2 blockers. But I can sack my guys to get around some of it. So I think I make him take the damage here rather than killing the Grey Merchant. If I kill the Grey Merchant, I have these 2 bodies. Bushwhacker is 8. We have no way of getting around blockers. He can block the conscripts, ping the Bushwhacker. Alright, I'm going to make him take the damage. If he has another merchant, most of this is a moot point, but we still want to just try and do the best we can here. Okay. And then if he tries to kill the Sledder, I'm going to save it with the Matron. We're not in great shape. Okay, so our chances of keeping the Sledder alive are pretty much useless now. So he's just going to ping now. puts him at 6. And we're not going to save the sledder, I don't think. I don't think it's worth it. So now, just try and make him bigger. And we could attack, but we just suicide both of our guys, so I think we have to wait. He's, looks like he's one land away from another Chainer's Edict, but just gotta deal with that. Just gotta live with it. We could draw a Mog War Marshal if he attacks with too many guys. That could be good. But we've lost everything we've built our whole game plan around, our whole board. I mean, 2 bolts off the top would also be fantastic for us. He's giving us a bit of time to survive here. But Mountain, not exactly what I want to see. We're also running the risk of Chittering Rats just completely effing us over, but I don't think I can. I think just straight out playing the Bushwhacker and guaranteed getting it killed is worse. Ooh, he's going down to 4. So we just need to fade a bunch of stuff. He's going down to 3, so he's putting himself dead to Lightning Bolt. This is awesome. Oh! Well, never mind. I think I'm just going to have to play this now. Actually, let's see. This is 5. Yeah, I have to play it just to even not die to an attack. Ah! That Chittering Rats, I mean, cut us off of a live draw. So if I attack, I can't attack. He's got 9 on the board, so. Man, he put himself dead to Bolt and then got the Rats. Not that we have Bolt on the top, but, you know, one can dream, right? So, yeah, fighting through 3 witches was a little rough. Another Chittering Rats, or another witch. Oh, he cycled it, never mind. Okay, so I just chump block something. And hopefully draw a bolt off the top. What do you guys think? How about that one, huh? Think that's cool? Alright, so if he's got Ninja, Okiba Gang Shinobi, the worst thing we want him to bounce is the Merchant, so I'll block it. Actually, Shinobi would have just beat us there, so. Okay, and Lightning Bolt one time. Oh, no. Alright, guys. We are going to just have to concede here. Oh, too bad. Do we bring in our Relic of Progenitus? I'm not sure. I think we do. Well, I don't know. I actually don't know the answer. I don't know if we have anything. I mean, he's got the typical mono black control type stuff. Death Spark, not as impressive here. But he does kill a lot of our guys. Martyr of Ashes would be good, but we're not going to be holding back spells. I mean, it would be nice to just 3-for-1 his board at some point, but we're not going to be holding spells in our hand. We could bring the Relic in for the Death Spark. The Death Spark, I mean, we got him down to 3 at that point in less than ideal circumstances. So it could be better for us just to leave the Death Spark in, which would have gotten us a number of pings. So, yeah, I think we can actually just leave it as is. Getting a turn 2 Sparksmith could potentially be very good for us if we can mow down his first 3 or so blockers. Alright, we're going to try again. We'll be on the play. And that'll definitely be helpful for us. he also helps us a bit by essentially taking chunks out of his own life total. As we saw there, again, fighting against 3 witches, a merchant, and some rats and some removal, we still got him in bolt range. I'm going to take a little swig of water here. So being on the play could make the difference. Definitely want to play first. And this hand looks pretty sweet. So I think we'll keep. A Foundry Street Denizen is going to pile on some damage for us. I think we actually follow up with Raider. We have to be a little bit worried about some mass removal, but we're always worried about mass removal and simultaneously not worried about it. I speak in riddles. Alright. So, Sparksmith's also good, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to play Sledder Raider, attack for 3. It also gives us some insurance against nausea, and then next turn we can play War Marshal and immediately sack it. Or if we need to, we can Flame Slash something. Because this War Marshal we're not paying the echo cost for. So we're going to get a little more mileage out of it if we cast these 2 1-drops first. That's my logic. Hopefully that is sound logic. He mulliganed to 6, it looks like. Or maybe even to 5 because he was on 6 cards and he got to draw a card. So this actually looks pretty good for us. I want the War Marshal now. We have 2 removal spells to take place of the Sparksmith. So I think we're fine there. So now I'm going to attack and I'm going to sack the War Marshal to get in it for an extra point. And it also gets another point for our Foundry Street Denizen. Look at that. Take 7. That's huge. So I think if he plays a guy, he's actually dead, right? Okay, hang on. Do we sack to Oubliette? I don't think it makes a difference. He can't repurchase it. I'll sack anyway, but it doesn't really matter. So he's not dead here. We attack for 4. And do we play Sparksmith? I think we do. Just remove the next blocker, make a better use of our mana. We could also leave up Cohort and Lightning Bolt, which is more damage overall. And we have a guaranteed... Alright, so what's the worst case scenario here? He plays a land, plays Crypt Rats, and has Crypt Rats for 1. I think that's the worst case scenario. So if we play the Cohort, we only lose the 2 tokens. We still bolt him. He goes down to 6. And we attack for 4. I think the Cohort play I like a little more. We didn't need to do it pre-combat, though. And there's no way we can win now, right? Attack for 5. I mean, he's at virtual 2 if we do that, but it's not good enough. He's still a couple turns away from Grey Merchant, so I think we have the win here. I mean, obviously he could have some sweepers and stuff. I guess he could have land Evankar's Justice. And then we're losing like 3 guys at least. We're losing 3 guys. We're losing one of the Sledders and the 2 tokens to save the rest. Then we bolt him. He'd be at 5. I don't think we'd have enough damage. So in some of the worst case scenarios, we're not going to beat him next turn. But I think in most of his average scenarios, he's going to lose next turn. And we're not even too concerned about blockers here. Because we can bolt his face, then play our creature to trigger Cohort, and then just get around the blocker with the Sledder effects. While we're waiting, I'm going to drink some more water. Huzzah! Alright, let's push that damage through. He's at 6. What is he going to play? Okay. So I think we just bolt him down to 3. We can get around a Farrakha's Cure type effect. We can also just bolt his guy. I think I'll just bolt him in the face. I have a creature. I can also just Flame Slash this. It's probably the best not to show him Sparksmith. We don't even need to show him Flame Slash, but I just wanted to do everything I possibly could to make sure that he takes all the damage possible. You know, probably not necessary to show him the Flame Slash, but it is what it is. Let's go to game 3. He did mulligan to like 5, but we completely outpaced him that game. Don't think we really even saw anything that would make us want to change our boarding. The Relic just doesn't interact with our game plan at all. Death Spark at least does a little bit. So we're going to submit. I think he's certainly going to play first. And fortunately, we have a good enough hand to keep, especially with a Bushwhacker in hand. So we'll definitely keep. He kept as well. So this will be a good game. We'll start here. And we may have to bolt a Witch. We can also bash into it. Ooh, okay. Well, not as good of a start. We know we have a land next turn. So we'll go ahead and play the War Marshal out. This is a little bit of insurance in the sense that it's Edict insurance. And then also we know we're going to get in for damage if we can Bushwhacker next turn. Okay, Oubliette is actually going to take our War Marshal out. Oh, he's going to take the token out. Okay, well I'm not paying the Echo because we're definitely using all of our mana next turn. No. He's done a really good job of keeping himself, damage free. We have a couple Bushwhackers now. So I'm not sure if it's better to Sledder and Bushwhacker, which would deal 6 damage, or to Sledder and War Marshal. I think I want to Sledder and War Marshal. There's a chance that we can play both Bushwhackers next turn. Alright, let's just do the math real fast. If we Sledder and War Marshal, we attack for 2 now. We have 4 bodies, and next turn we can Bushwhacker for 10. So 2 plus 10 is 12. Alright? 2 bodies, 3 bodies, 4 bodies. That's 8, 10. Okay? 12 damage between this turn and next turn. If we Bushwhacker now, it's 6 damage now, and assuming we don't draw a land, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. 6 plus 8 is actually 14, unless I did it wrong. Sledder, Bushwhacker is 6. He's at 14, 8. So I think it's actually correct. I mean, we're not playing around a sweeper in that case. We're just talking about doing as much damage as possible. So I think that's what we want to do. We haven't seen any mass removal from him. That's not to say that he doesn't have any, but this could get really nasty if we draw a land and he doesn't have a suitable response. Like if he just has a Phyrexian Rager here, we could be doing pretty well for ourselves. He actually just passes, so how about a mountain? That's actually not bad either. It looks like he's got some kind of instant speed removal, but this will be 5, 8, 10, 12. This is threatening lethal, right? 7, 9, 11. 3, 5, 7. Yeah. This is still our best play. Looks like he's got a merchant next turn, but this will put him pretty low. This will put him really low. So he'll go up to 7 with the Gray Merchant, but that's not going to be enough. Wow, we took the match, guys. We took those last two games completely by storm. We just ran over him, ran over his defenses, rather. So that was very nice to see. I guess we're going to end up going to round two and see how that pans out. There's plenty of time left in the round for us to just chill out. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you then. Hey, guess who's back in the Classic Papa house? It's Goblins, of course. We are on the play. And we kept the hand because the hand looks good. So let's go ahead and do it. We got a lot of removal here. We've got probably our best creature. Well, sometimes this is our best creature. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Flame Slash. So he's probably red. Blue-red control or something. And we'll just play out two more 1-drops. Not expecting a devastating creature on his turn 2. So, what other decks play Flame Slash right now? I don't know. I think it's blue-red. Silvog Lifestaff. This guy just wants to obliterate us. What the hell is this? Okay, well, I don't know what it is. Alright, so the classic, do we do more damage this turn by playing Bushwhacker or next turn? So, if we play Bushwhacker this turn, we attack for 7. Then we attack for about 4. So that's 11. If we play Sparksmith, we attack for 3. And if we play Bushwhacker next turn, we attack for 2, 4, 6, 9. 3 plus 9 is 12. 7 plus 4 is 11. We also get the Sparksmith online faster this way. I could double check the math, but I think that also getting the Sparksmith up is going to be pretty good, especially when he has Silvok Lifestaff. Now, there is some merit to wanting to leave up Bolt, but I don't think he's going to have a 2-mana creature and equip. But then again, I don't know what the F his deck is. So, I thought it was blue-red, but it's white-red with Flame Slash and Silvok Lifestaff. Whoa, Jeskai colors. Look out. Seagate Oracle. Well, we've got a lot of answers for that. We're just going to Sparksmith him, I think. Just a free kill. And we have a mountain, so we're just going to do it all, baby. Sparksmith for 3, and then we attack for 9. Seems pretty good. We also have these sledders to help us get around his Lifestaff trigger. We can also bolt him with the trigger on the stack. So he's taking 9 going down to 8. So we have 5 goblins, so we can just get around his attack, his block, and bolt him. So we may have this win. He's playing these clunky 3-drops, and Lifestaff is actually not going to help him here. Let's at least see what he gets. Okay, hope he doesn't have a land. Yeah. But little does he know, we can just go all in on this. I'm perfectly fine going all in on this. So we just attack and we put everything into one of our creatures and then we bolt him. Seems good. There are a few free spells that might get us, like Snap Back or something like that. Also, we don't even have to do that because whoever he blocks, we just sack that and we also sack our other guy. And we should be fine. So that's 2, 3, 4. And then we also want to get in for 5 here. So we'll sack the cohort. Boom. And the little bolt. Turn 5 kill. Through a Lifestaff, 2 blockers, and a Flame Slash. So not too shabby. So he's a Jeskai Trinket Mage value deck. His blockers are coming down on turn 2. He's obviously got some burn, possibly Electrickery. I don't think he's playing enough removal to make Death Spark useful. And he's also not playing the kind of creatures we want to Death Spark unless he's got the Squadron Hawks, which he could be playing Squadron Hawks in Brainstorm. That's not too uncommon. And we have Sparksmith for his blockers. We may want to bring in Smash the Smithereens and Pyroblast. Those all seem pretty good. Maybe we cut Flame Slash. I can't think of an X4 that he would have in a Jeskai deck. And we don't want too much removal here. We want to maintain the integrity of threats. That gives us access to either 4 Pyroblasts and 1 Smash, 3 Pyroblasts and 2 Smash. The Smash is going to be important, so is the Pyroblast. I think I want to go 3 and 2 with this. I think these spells are going to be generally better than Death Spark or Flame Slash. Because countering a Trinket Mage is much better than burning it after it's already resolved. We may just cut 2 bolts here. Because I think damage to the face, though it did win that game, just not going to be as good as just smashing artifacts and countering Mold Drifters and stuff. So I'm going to try this. We've cut all of our bolts. Sorry, we cut half of our bolts, all of our Flame Slashes, and 1 Death Spark. We've kept all of our threats and just a lot of 1-mana spells now. Got 1 minute. This is a 2-drop, so we do have a higher curve with the 3 smashes. We're still going to try this. The game's going to go a little bit longer. He's an attrition-y deck. We'll see if we overboarded. But we're up a game, so that is definitely good news for us. And we have a 1-lander on the draw, and we can cast 3 of our spells currently. So I think we're going to keep it. I don't consider the Bushwhacker a 1-drop, so... And we, of course, get there immediately. Don't you just love it, guys? So Denizen has the potential to attack for 3, so we're going to play it over Cohort. We actually have a lot of action here. Let's see what he does. If he just plays a... Okay, so... He's just going to Flame Slash. So now we are going to play the 2 1-drops, as opposed to the War Marshal. Next turn we have... Well, I don't know what we have next turn. Probably... He's going to counter it. Okay, so he's doing a great job of keeping us down right now. With the 1-mana interactive spells and being on the play. If he plays a blocker here, that's pretty rough, but... Okay. We can fight through this with the Mog War Marshal, or we could play the Sparksmith at this point. I think... Ooh. I think we want to go with War Marshal. Well... You can also just keep the Sparksmith alive through an Electrickery. War Marshal makes us sack some stuff to get in damage this turn. But we also have the tokens for a Bushwhacker, which I think is just more valuable. So I think we just play... Could just play... I'm not going to attack, but I am going to play War Marshal. We're going to get around it next turn. We're saving this for Electrickery, and then on our upkeep, we can sack it to get some more damage through. I just don't know what creature we're going to use, but probably the Sledder. This would... Okay, Faith's Fetters would be bad. Okay, Squadron Hawk. Alright, a land would be great here to hasten our Sparksmith. Yeah, we'll take a bunch, but we'll take like 6. It looks like he might have Electrickery here. So I'm definitely sacking this. And I'm going to give my Sledder a boost. And I will not pay the Echo cost. No. Okay. So if we Bushwhacker, he blocks 2 guys, and assuming it resolves and there's no Electrickery, he blocks 2 guys and takes 8. And he loses 1 guy. I think we got to do it here. We're not. The game's not working out for us if we wait. So this is a reasonable attack. I'll sack the guy that's in front of Seagate Oracle. So he's going to take 9, lose a blocker. So that's a healthy attack, and our board is okay. So now we'll just pass. We have the Smash to Smithereens if he tries to equip some stuff. Looks like he's just going to play another Hawk. So this game's getting quite interesting. If we can protect our Sparksmith, we should be okay. Now he's got another white source. He did not have Electrickery that turn, so I think we're going to kind of just chill here. And I don't know if I like attacking with everybody. I want to preserve my Sledder, which I can do. Just kind of depends how he blocks. I think I'm going to attack. I think I'm going to attack with everyone. Sack that goblin off to keep my Sledder alive. We have to be a little bit aggressive here. Okay, so that's actually a really good block on his part. I am going to keep the Sledder alive, though. He can keep his hot. Well, he keeps both guys that way. So do I want to sack my Sledder to my Mog Conscripts and make him take 3? He's going to play his last 2 Hawks out next turn. The Sledder's pretty valuable, but I can't let him have 2 blockers. So I think I am going to get rid of the Sledder. Sadly, he could be sitting on Mana Leak, but he would have used it. He wouldn't have just patiently waited, you know? So now if he goes for a... And he's nowhere close to beating us, so that's also very good. Now if he goes for an equipment, we can get some damage in and use the Sparksmith to great effect. So I'm almost positive he got that Plains, right? He's going to Flame Slash our Sparksmith, very good for him. And play 2 Hawks. Or maybe even get that Life Staff down. So now the tide has changed because his board is pretty much better than ours. A Bushwhacker here would be pretty nice. A Matron almost equally so. Montagna is not beautiful. So now we just have to pass. If he goes for the equip, hopefully this will work out. Yeah, he's kind of stable at 8, to be honest with you. So no more Hawks. And he sent me a message. Come on, top deck. What is he looking to top deck? You have 3 cards and you have a stable board. Ooh. Alright, so as he goes to equip, we can now hopefully get him. So this is, we do want to blow this up, right? He'll just be able to start shooting like whatever we... Yeah, I think it's fine. So that's pretty good. It uses up 4 of his mana and bolts him and prevents him from singularly blocking a conscripts and pinging our guy or pinging whatever 1/1 we draw. So here do we even attack? I think we do. We're going to lose 1 guy, but he's going to lose at least 1 Hawk. I think he's got to block both, so he's going to lose 2 Hawks. We just got to whittle down the defenses. Okay, well now you're going to take 2. So that's fine with me. Put you in bolt range. Even though we only have 2 bolts in the deck now. See how it goes. We do have a Smash to Smithereens. We have a couple Smash to Smithereens that might work. Putting you at 3 is pretty nice. Seems like he's quite flooded. And that's not a great draw. We're going to play it though. These lands get better for Goblin Matron, so think we just keep playing him to the point where we can cast all our matrons and something else. That'll be a long time. Joiny. He's going to joiny away a guy. But he's still, he's still in range of something pretty nasty, which is a lightning bolt. Okay, now he's getting aggressive. He's giving us a lot of time, though, to recover. And we're going to go for this because it'll lead to us dealing 2 damage to him. It just puts him dead to more stuff. Everything's been resolving, so we've been lucky there. We have not seen any instant speed removal, so let's keep our fingers crossed. He may have gotten a little too aggressive there. Boom, he's at 1. And now he needs to stay back. Another Oracle, that's a good draw. I think if we draw a burn, we go for it because, and I say this because, ooh, he's going to tap low. 4 mana's Faith's Fetters. Oh, sends Enlistment. Faith's Fetters much more scary. But sends Enlistment, nothing to scoff at. How about Goblin Matron? That would be sweet. Okay, like I said, we're going to keep playing these lands out. Tide's definitely turning, but he is at 1, so we have some live draws, guys. Things are going to get out of hand pretty quickly. Yep. Ooh, a Firebolt. So that's 16. We're taking 4, going to 12. He's just going to flash back or retrace the enlistment. Okay, so we're going to 12, F6. So Matron Bushwhacker doesn't do it. Oh man, we do have a few more draw steps to get busy, so he can just flashback Firebolt here. I think I will take the block, but it kind of depends on what he's going to attack with. He's going to retrace again. So Matron Bushwhacker, if he only leaves 2 blockers, I won't block. So that's 6, drop me to 8. I'll go for the Matron Bushwhacker or the Bolt. Alright. It's looking pretty grim, guys. If I attack, he has to block. He has 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to block. He has to block, though, so then you have 5, 6, 7. I can block 1. I can block 1.6. I think we're actually dead here. Hopefully he does not see the Firebolt in his yard, but he's got us. So I will attack. Snap block. Seems good. Yeah, he's definitely got us. 5, 6, 7. He can also just Firebolt our creature. So the hope is that he forgot about the Firebolt. Well, we're at 8, so no, he has to attack with all, which he's going to do. Yeah, he seems to know what's up. But it was very close. Very, very, very close. Let's see what we would have drawn. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Alright, we're on the play. Now we see that he's got some stuff that Martyr would be good against, but it's still not worth it. The smashes, I think I still want. I think we're going to leave it like this, guys. Had we drawn a Pyroblast, I think it would have been good. So let's play first. We have a 1-lander on the play, but I think we can keep it. We can play 3 of these, and we can play 4 of these. Alright, I think we can keep this. He mulligans. He's got a 3-color deck, so it's going to be hard for him to get completely situated. We're going to be able to hit him a couple times, I think, if he doesn't have a turn 1 red. But he does. Okay, so not so great for us. And, being on 1 mana is not great, but I imagine he's going to be kind of slow to get all of his colors, but we'll have to see about that. All right, sweet. So I want the two Isamarus. It's gonna kill this. What are you doing? All right, finally we get some headway. So this board is pretty good. If he plays a Seagate, we can Pyroblast it, or we can just Bushwhacker past it, actually. Is not too bad either. There's white, so he might just play a Squadron Hawk, which is not very good against our board. Could be a Journey. It is a Journey. Okay. So we want to bash for 8. I think it's better than Sparksmith here. Would love a land just because we could leave up Pyroblast for his next blocker. Oh, he's not even getting blue, so maybe he has it in hand. Okay, so we could Sparksmith, attack for 4, then Bushwhacker for 6, 10. Or we could Bushwhacker here for 3, 6, 8, and attack for 5 next turn. 4 and 10 is 14. 8 and 5 is 13. So I'm going to do this just because again it does get rid of blockers. Is that a fairly healthy life total? But if he just has a blocker and not a removal spell, we might be okay here. He's going to have a 3 mana blocker. Oh, 2 Hawks. Okay. It's not brilliant for us. We may just want to set up some more Sparksmiths. I think I actually like that better. So he's going to end up with 2. He's got his mana going, but we're still pressuring. I think I'm going to go with the Sparksmith here. Oh, actually, I want to use this first. I take 3. You hopefully take 4. Or you might just chump. No, he's going to take 4. Alright, so he's at 10 now. What can we do? He's hitting all his lands. I wonder how many lands he's playing. Mole Drifter. Is that good enough here? That doesn't seem good enough. Oh, Flashback Firebolt. That doesn't seem good enough either. Actually, it seems pretty good. We put him to 3. Yeah, let's put him to 3 here and Pyroblast his next play. He still has the 2 Hawks. Putting him to 3 is pretty good here. We'll Pyroblast any damn blue spell that comes out. Just any old thing. Gorilla Shaman. Why do you need that? Okay. Island's gone. Come on. Oh no. He's not using white. But I think we've got him here. Well, maybe we don't. He's got 3 blockers. I don't get what the Gorilla Shaman's for. So that's his last Hawk, right? We're going to take 4. He's going to 1 here. I mean, we could top deck something. But he's just giving up. He's saying GG a billion times. I don't think he's actually... Wait. We kill 2 guys, and then we can attack. We can also matron... Oh, we can matron for Sledder here, so now we just win. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know what's more dangerous. I don't think Shaman does anything, so... So we just get a Sledder and we sack some guys and kill him. Heyo! Looks like we've done it again, guys. Yeah! Alright, we're 2-0, guys. Just keeping it going. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you noticed any mistakes. There was some weird kind of lines of play to take, so worked out for us this time. Talk to you guys later. Round 3 has begun. We've won another die roll, which is great for us. And we're going to lead on Foundry Street Denizen. I'm not sure what we're doing after that. We might just use our mana most efficiently, but it really depends on what we draw and what he's got. Could be Stompy. Ooh, a hexproof deck. Interesting. So we're just going to have to race as hard as possible. Alright, so we do draw that third land. So I think I like Bushwhacker here. Turn 3 is Matron, and then Mog Raider Bushwhacker on turn 4. So I think we want Bushwhacker here attacking for 5, and if he wants to trade his guy, that's fine. We may be able to race a hand that does not have Armadillo Cloak, but game 1 I'm not sure we're favored. We really want to hit some martyrs and stuff after board. See if he blocks. He's actually considering it. So we're fine with that, trading our 1-drop for his 1-drop. We have way more answers, or sorry, we have way fewer answers for that card anyway. So he's going to have a Ledgewalker or just another guy. If he just passes, that would be great. Oh, sweet. He may have a Gnarlid coming up, but if he just taps out for that, we can still get it. Alright, so there's our land. So what are we doing here? Definitely attacking. We're definitely playing Matron also, so I think we just get another Bushwhacker and hope for the best. So we want to put him away. We want to put him so far in the ground. The only other thing I could see getting is another Matron or a War Marshal, but neither one of those is better than just having the guaranteed Bushwhacker, I think. So if he just taps out for Aura Gnarlid without playing another enchantment, that would be ideal. Because then we can remove it. Looks like what he might do. He also might just have nothing. Oh man, we are so lucky. Look at this, guys. We have the mana to do everything. We could also Sparksmith it. But this is just way more damage. We are some lucky sons of guns. Look at this. And attacking for 8. Hopefully he's out of threats or just doesn't have enough in time to do anything. I think this is our best play, so I like it better than the Sparksmith. The Sparksmith can get a bigger Aura Gnarlid next time. He's at 10. Hope he just passes, but he probably doesn't. He wouldn't be thinking this long. Okay, just gonna suit her up with a billion things. 3 cards left in hand. Well, we tried, guys. We tried. 3-3. We can actually sack to get around the attack. Alright, so if we attack and sack around it, we deal 3 to him. Then he can attack us, but he has trample. I don't think we're actually racing this. I think our best bet is just to keep all of the creatures we have and then hopefully draw a Bushwhacker, and hopefully it's enough damage to counteract however much life gain he's going to have here. Or it's possible we can also just gang block and kill his creature, but He's probably going to play an Ancestral Mask and just destroy us. Or even an Ethereal Armor. He probably plays 4 and 3 or 4 and 4 of each. 2 cards left. Could just be flooded too. That would be amazing. Alright, so we're not blocking. I don't think we're blocking here. Because we'd have to put 4 guys on it. And then we have to kill it again next turn. So I think we have to just try and race it. Yep. It's not going to be easy at all. Yeah, I guess we just start attacking and hope that he floods out. He's net losing a couple mana here. We have the Death Spark. Okay. We'll take the trade here. Eight, then he goes up to 12 if he whiffs. Hope it's just a land. Nope. Good God. All right, we can't win. It's too much. So do I pay for this? I don't think paying does anything. I'll pay for it. Most of our deck we can cast. A Bushwhacker. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. 13, 14. If we draw another Bushwhacker, is that enough? That's our best out, I think. We've already seen 3. But I think that's our best out. This is almost good enough, guys. If we had that the turn before, I think we would have won. Yeah, this is 13 damage. But then he goes back up. But another Bushwhacker should get him at that point. So we have to play to that, I think. I think it's the only way. Four plays 13. Oh, sorry, he has 2. I forgot that these stack like that. Yeah, there's no way. We can just block now. So we don't cast that. Alright, so now we just have to block. Alright. And I don't even think we can... I mean, he kills like 6 of our guys, and then the Spider Umbra goes away. I forgot that they stacked in that sense. So that's actually the most problematic thing of all. That's our whole board gone to this. Yeah, there's really nothing we can draw at this point. How sad! He could possibly miss an attack step. So we're just gonna... At least we know he's playing a pretty suboptimal removal spell in pacifism. Why would you play it? Because it stays on the table, I guess. I guess that's why you're doing it. Man, I wish this didn't have trample. We could have played around that the whole time with Mog Raiders blocking stuff, but as it stands now, I don't even think we can do anything. I mean, this is... Oh, he missed his attack. Oh, man, he missed his attack, so we have a chance. I I don't know if we play this. I don't think we actually we don't think we actually get this back. Oh man. If he for some reason misses one more attack, man. I mean, the problem is we couldn't even punish him. I think we actually wanted to get it back. I'm not sure. Why did he choose not to attack? I think he just messed up. I think all that stuff that was going on kind of. All right, that's gonna be game. If he attacks, we're just dead. All right, guys. So we're gonna have to claw our way back. We do have three pretty strong sideboard cards in the three copies of Martyr of Ashes. So we can remove a lot of our removal. Ha! Definitely Flame Slash. We're still going to keep in Sparksmith just because it's a creature. Life Staff is interesting because it can race, but this is really our only interactivity. This is a tough one. I mean, there was pretty much no way we were getting out of that game one once he hit the Armadillo Cloak. But we almost had it in a way. We had some outs, but I forgot about the double trigger on Armadillo Cloak. It stacks. It's not lifelink. It's a stacking life gain trigger that it happens twice for each instance of Armadillo Cloak triggers that there are. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I mean, this doesn't hit anything except maybe Rancor. Yeah, we just have to hope that Martyr is enough. So we're going to submit. It makes us play really weird, though, because Martyr, like, screws us up, too. The problem with this hand, there's a couple problems. There's only one land. That's the biggest problem. We do have our Martyr, so we're probably keeping it. I just don't know how exactly we plan on playing this out. Because I don't want to show him Martyr. I think we start with some traditional guys and try and beat him with the beatdown plan, at least initially. Then we kind of go from there. We know he has pacifism, but that's not enough. We could also just leave up the bolt, but it's a little suspect, right? All right, let's go. I mean, there's no way he kept a hand without threats, so this could be wrong. We have to kind of also see like how our lands develop. Okay, so he might not have anything until Ledgewalker or Aura Gnarlid. We don't want to go too crazy with dumping our hand. But for right now, I think we need to play the cohort and hope to draw a land. This is looking kind of sketchy. Ooh, he was playing around Electrickery. Now he's just going to suit this up like crazy. Okay, that's not too bad, but he's got armor. Alright, so he's got a 6-4 on turn 2. So either way here, I think I have to play Martyr. And we just don't attack. Because we can't deal with that otherwise. We do have 4, potentially 5 red cards, but this creature could get even bigger than that. So that's a real problem. Ugh. Why did it have to be hexproof? Okay. 3 cards left in hand. Anything, if he has anything, it's bad. Like, all this stuff just compounds. 7. We can't deal 7. We can when we block. No, we can't. Oh my god. Yeah, we're dead, guys. Like, what are we gonna do? I can't draw 3 cards, and he's gonna get bigger anyway. We don't have that much time either. I don't think there's anything we can do. He could miss an attack step again. That could happen. Ugh, good lord. We could play out, guys, and try and block. What do we have? We'll have 7 power worth of blockers. But he has first strike, so that doesn't do it. Yeah, we just attack and hope he screws up. We can only do 5 to his guy. I guess the right, in this instance, the optimal play would have been to turn 1 Martyr. That actually makes sense. So maybe I just punted this whole game. That could also be possible. Well, we're almost there. We almost have enough to kill his whole board. But we're 1 short. We're 1 short. Six cards. We're 1 card short. Had I even just left 1 guy back. Ugh. Well, at least this match was short. Let's see what happens. Maybe he'll forget to attack again. But even if he does that, I mean, we can't block this. We have 2 bolts, but that doesn't do it. No, that's game. Right? I have 6. I can do 6 damage. It has 7 toughness. None of these guys will stay alive. I can't, like, sack to make anything big enough. It tramples over anyway. Alright, well, we tried, guys. This just did not match up very well. Armadillo Cloak is a great card against our deck, so. Yep. We got 2-0 body bagged. Alright, we're going to have to come back in round 4 and win. I'm tired of this 2-2 nonsense. So, join us shortly and watch this victory about to happen. Please! Here we are in the final round. And we are on the draw. I believe our opponent is playing Burn because I've played him in tournament practice. I would say either Burn or a green deck. This hand is very keepable. So, against just about anybody. So we'll see what he's got. Yep, looks like Burn. It's going to be a bit of a toss-up. He did mulligan, and our hand is fairly quick. We are potentially walking into a Searing Blaze. And this Flame Slash probably not too useful, but we'll see. We do need to draw some Bushwhackers, and then after that we do need to draw some awesome Life Staffs. But, you know, that's about it. Okay, Curse, we can hopefully race. Just going to auto-yield that for now. And I think we're probably playing these 2 guys, but we'll see. Yeah, this is what I was wondering about. If we draw the Denizen, I think we do play that next. So we'll just start with the Cohort, and then we're going to play the Denizen. It's just more damage. More damage. So if we get game 1, I'd be very, very happy. And I'd be happy to draw a land too, because then we can go Raider, War Marshal, sack it, and all that. We're attacking for at least 6 next turn, so depending on what's in his hand, might be good for us. That's not good for us. That disrupts our game plan and advances his. But we're just going to keep the fires burning here. Really want to land, because this disrupts our plan a little bit. We're probably playing War Marshal if we don't draw the land. There's a Rift Bolt. We're going down to 15. I guess we'll play this. No, that's not correct. This has got to be correct. Just more damage, especially if we draw a Bushwhacker. This has to be correct, right? It's 2 power on the board. We're not going to Death Spark him EOT. Okay, Bushwhackers is really going to make the difference here. We can also Death Spark him on the upkeep. If we want. I think that's actually okay. It really just depends. I don't think it makes much difference. I think we'll Death Spark him. This Death Spark's going to be stuck in our hand for a while, so. I'm at 12, virtually at 11. I have to decide if I want to Death Spark. Okay, he's got 3 burn spells. 1 is probably a Fire Blast at this point. We're not paying the Echo cost. We're not playing Sparksmith. If we were to draw a Bushwhacker, it would be 2, 4, 6, 9, 11 damage. So maybe we don't. I mean, we can't kill him. I guess we'll just throw it at him. Right? I think we just throw it at him. Now he's waiting. So he's got a Fire Blast and maybe like a Stagger Shock or a Bolt. It's going to be real close. I don't really think we have enough information here. I don't know why he would debate this, but that's okay. Maybe he's just reading the card. It's kind of a difficult card to like understand if you haven't seen it before. So this curse, it's our turn 4, so we've taken 3 damage from it, something like that. Ooh. So now he's hitting our guys, which I like. And that's a decent draw. But he gets to come back and hit us now. So this drops him to 10. A Bushwhacker is a win. I think he does have Fire Blast in hand. So that means we go to 9. Fire Blast takes us to 5. So he would need another couple spikes. We might be okay here. I like that he threw that at our guy. I really like that. Bushwhacker's a win. It forces him to Fire Blast a creature. So that's a great draw. We have 4 in the deck. Yep, he's going to me. Draws his 3rd card. Ooh, it looks like he's got it because he's just going for me now. Oh, maybe not. So I'm at 5. And I'm not paying for this. Because if we draw a Bushwhacker, we just win. Okay. So, let's see. This is 6, 7, 8, not enough. Well, he needs to whiff, and I don't think he will. I think he's just sitting on his Fire Blast. But he also could just be... I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we have him here, but... We did just about all we could. I'm not sure if I sequenced something wrong at some point. That Searing Blaze really hurt, and the Stagger Shock, so... He's at 4. We're at 5, though. Okay. We took damage from the curse, so that needle drop will work. Oh, and he got us. Rough, rough, rough. Okay, that's game. We're going to have to come back in the next two. We need that Silvok life staff like nobody's business. Nothing we can do here. Alright. So we want to cut some of our removal. Probably not Sparksmith. Probably yes, Flame Slash. We may also just want to bring in Martyrs just as more fighting guys. It's not a, it's not a... He probably has some kind of electricity effect. I don't know if Death Spark's better. Martyr's continuous damage. I don't see us needing any Flame Slashes for any reason, so I'll play one Martyr just as another beater. A horrible beater, but a beater. Think that's it. Let's do it. Gotta play first for sure. One lander. Yeah, we can keep. We can play 4 of the spells. Yeah, I think we can keep this. We want to have more spells. I'd rather keep a hand that's light on lands than one that's light on spells, especially against a burn deck. He went to 6 again, but this time we were on the play. Sometimes that can make all the difference. As you saw, we had him at 4 and he had us at 5 and he was able to win. Okay, and he's killing our guy now instead of killing us. I don't think that's correct. So I'm actually very happy that he's doing that, even though we missed a land. Okay, now he's going to our face. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to our guys. I actually really like the fact that he's doing this, because we have so many guys. We will have to hit a land at some point, but we should be at 14 here. Granted, he would be at like 15 or something, but doesn't matter. He found his land first. Here we go with, I think, War Marshal. We could also just go Raider and Bolt. That way we can use the War Marshal, but again, I think having the 2 bodies is just going to be more damage down the road, so... See, now he's in a tricky situation where he's like, okay, now do I start throwing burn at his face, or do I throw burn at his creatures? And if he tries now to start going to our face, he's behind. He's going to go for the creatures again. I don't know, maybe he feels like this is going to work. Fortunately, I have removal for that. Nice try, though. I guess that's why he's doing it. But now that we're on to that plan, we're definitely bolting it. We don't want to have time for Sparksmith. He's going to kill the Sparksmith and possibly kill our guys. So if he has another one, then maybe we're in for some interesting times. But he still has 5 cards. Like, he's been missing his lands, but so have we. Oh well. Unfortunately, okay, this is fine. So I think we're gonna War Marshal here. Yeah. Okay. But now, yeah, he's very behind, as you can see. We do find a land. I'm still not gonna pay the echo cost, so I'll cast this first. So I'm going to sack the War Marshal to get another point in. Take 4. We're going to lose half of our guys if he has Electrickery. So we'll end up with like 3 dudes. Not the best. But if he had Electrickery, I don't understand why he would send so much burn to our creatures. And where's this going now? See, he's so far behind now. He had 9 points of burn that could have gone to our face but didn't. So I should be at 10. Instead, I'm at 19. How is he ever going to recoup that? Even if he kills all our guys. See, now he's going to the face. So I think it's just a case of him not realizing that he needed to be going to the face all along for it to have the best chance of winning. I think. That's just my opinion. Okay, I'm at 15. So now I just attack for 6. Hopefully we get in. And he's on 1 turn clock after that. He might start burning some stuff. Okay, going to me. And we have lethal on the table. And we're at 14. I don't think he can even do 14 with... Well, he could have 3 bolts and a fire blast. And that would do 13. And then Curse would do the rest. But I don't think he has that. Alright, so this we sack. It's actually going to... It's actually going to nerf that stagger shock. So that's pretty cool. This shouldn't rebound. Yeah, it would exile otherwise. So this is 6. Life Staff, awesome. It actually kills him. He sees that we have Life Staff, but I think it's worth it to kill him and also gain us 1 billion life. If we want to do that. Okay, so he concedes. He is going to bring in probably something for the Life Staff, which may or may not work against us. We also know that he's got Kiln Fiend, and we may want to bring in something to deal with that as well. I mean, we obviously have the Sparksmith, but I would rather not use it. I think over the Martyr, we'll go ahead and play a Flame Slash. So that gives us 5 immediate answers and 4 more delayed answers. We're going to be on the draw here, so we want to keep something fairly good. I like the fact that he's burning our guys. I hope he keeps doing that. This hand is about as good as we can get, so we're going to keep... He actually keeps 7, so this could be tough, but we got to just go for it. I mean, see what happens. I mean, he could be a speculative hand. Who knows? Alright, so we'll start. Good old flesh-eating goblins, yeah? He's going to cycle, so that's good. That means he might be a little bit flooded. Going to F6. You know, Searing Blaze not the best, but that's probably his best card against us, right? Curse. Ooh, Searing Blaze. Alright. Oh, just try again. Try again. I mean, he definitely... That's like a 2-for-1 almost, because he gets to still do what he wants to do with his deck. He's cycled this, so I have to imagine he has a 3rd land. We haven't seen any Bushwhackers. I mean, we could really use some. Deathspark's not a great card in this matchup. I didn't have anything better to board, so it's probably the worst card in our deck right now. I mean, at any point if we draw a Life Staff, we should be good. So now he's going for us. Now he's decided that what he tried before was not so great. We really would love a Life Staff at some point in time. Alright, so we gotta play a guy. We'll play these 2 guys out. I mean, a Bushwhacker could do some work as well. Because we're just now hitting him, which is kind of bad. Life Staff's a really good draw, though. because we can attack him for 4 and then gain 3. I mean, he's a little mana choked now, but we can't take advantage of that unless we draw a Bushwhacker, which does 5, 7, 9, 11. So sacking this doesn't prevent us from taking damage, but we still sack it just to get a guy bigger. So we go to 10. Yeah, 2 Searing Blazes is going to be tough. We're at 10 now. Ugh. And a Rift Bolt. So I could really use that Sylvok Life Staff. Don't have it. There's pretty much no way he's flooded because he hasn't been playing lands, so this doesn't look like we're going to make it. But we'll keep fighting. Ugh. Yep. That's it, Fire Blast. Wow, I just cannot catch a break with these daily events. I don't know what the deal is. You know, if this Goblin's deck is just going to go down to a couple Searing Blazes and a couple Armadillo Cloaks, it might not be the deck for us to play. I've played it a lot, but if that's all it takes to turn the tide against us, it just seems a little weak. We did have Life Staff back there. I just really can't figure out what deck it is that I should just be playing all the time. I might just pony up and buy Esper Familiars, spend the 5,000 hours it takes to learn that deck, and just play it because I'm really sick of going 2 and 2 in these dailies. So you guys let me know what you think. If you can chime in with any amount of help, assistance, please do so. But other than that, thank you guys very much for watching, and we will talk to you next time.